Welcome, distinguished senior class of 2020, and welcome parents, family, and friends to this very special celebration. I would like to introduce the Swartz Creek Board of Education, the President, Mrs. Carrie Germain, Vice President, Mr. Brian Sapanic, Treasurer, Mr. Michael Ahern, Secretary, Mrs. Jessica LeNave, Trustee, Mrs. Alicia Gardner, Trustee, Mr. Tony Paul, and Trustee, Mr. Chuck Melke. I'd like to welcome Superintendent, Mr. Ben Minka, and Deputy Superintendent, Mr. Rod Heatherton. District teachers, support staff, and administrators. My administrative team, Mrs. Jody Morgan, Ms. Chantel Manning, Mr. Tony Suhanik, and Mrs. Michelle Loader, who plans and implements the beauty of our graduation ceremonies. This is definitely the type of senior class that you wish you could have spent the entire year with. This group is lots of fun and full of school spirit. The unique personalities represented in this class create a beautiful tapestry which will be remembered and celebrated. This senior class will no doubt make an impact on those they encounter, and they will blaze many trails. They will, for the rest of their lives, speak of this unique year that they had to endure, a July graduation in small groups. You are so deserving of all the pomp and circumstance of graduation celebrations of the past, and yet the situation didn't allow for it. Through it all, seniors, we wish you the very best and look forward to watching your journey. I'd like to leave you with the wisdom from the poem, Promise Yourself. Promise yourself to be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. To talk health, happiness, and prosperity to every person you meet. To make all your friends feel like there is something in them. To look at the sunny side of everything and make your optimism come true. To think only of the best, to work only for the best, and expect only the best. To be just as enthusiastic about the success of others as you are about your own. To forget the mistakes of the past and press on the greater achievements of the future. To wear a cheerful countenance at all times and give every living person you meet a smile. To give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. To be too large for worry, too noble for anger, too strong for fear, and too happy to permit the presence of trouble. Remember, you are forever a Swartz Creek Dragon, and we wish you all the best.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Walking down the hallways of Swartz Creek High School is never something I thought I would miss. I knew I would miss my teachers and my friends, but not the hallway itself. I guess when normal life is stripped away from you in a moment, you long to say goodbye to things you said you wouldn't miss. This year's been nothing like we expected. For many, this started out as the best year of our lives. It was the year of last, the last concert, the last home game, the last school dance, and the last year of high school. And just as quickly as the school year began, our days in the crowded hallways came to a screeching halt. High school was the time that I think we all found ourselves. Whether it was starring in the school's production of High School Musical or catching the touchdown pass under the Friday night lights, we began to find our place in the world. We gained new friends and experienced so many memorable things. Some of you took a class that inspired your future career. Others were involved in an activity that changed how you thought about the world and the people around you. We have forged our own path and are starting the life that we have always wanted. We found our passions, dreams, and goals for the future. All of our different interests are what make us so unique and so resilient to the changes we have endured this year. I know so many of you, like myself, were looking forward to spring for a multitude of reasons. Maybe it was your final season of a sport that you've played your whole life. Or maybe it was slow dancing with your date at prom. And in an instant, that was taken away. We never got our traditional senior skip day or got to bring the beach into school on the last day. We were never able to say goodbye to the place that has been our home away from home for the past 4 years. We never had a chance to comprehend that our last week of school was just a random week in March. And now we are left saying goodbye to our friends and teachers from a distance, a mask covering our faces, unsure if life will ever return to the normal we once knew. We are ending our 13-year school journey in small shifts on the packed stage to a recording of Pomp and Circumstance instead of hearing it played live by the band. This year's been nothing like what we expected and has left us longing for what could have been. When I reflect on the class of 2020 and the unpredictable year we have had, I can confidently say we made our mark on all those around us. Our community, teachers, family, and friends rallied around us in support when all of our lives changed. Senior signs stood tall on our lawns, and our doors were proudly decorated with varsity letters, uniforms, and any dragon memorabilia we could gather. We sat on top of cars for a parade as teachers lined our path, celebrating our successes in this huge milestone in our lives. Our teachers also quickly learned the ins and outs of a digital classroom to make our last few weeks of school as memorable and as normal as they could. Friends reconnected over FaceTime calls during our seemingly endless period of isolation, reminding us that we were not alone. We made the best out of our situation, and some of us have even thrived. We rediscovered our passions and were able to take a much-needed break from the stress that normal life is accompanied by. So many beautiful moments happen in the wake of our loss, moments that never would have happened had life continued on as normal, moments that will always be remembered. The more I think about it, I guess I'm okay with missing the hallways. That's where we waved to our teachers as we passed by their rooms, and where we laughed with friends on the way to class. It's where we celebrated a grade on a hard test, and where we closed our lockers for the very last time on March 12th. But I guess it's less about missing and more about remembering. Remembering all the little moments that made our time at Swartz Creek High School unforgettable. Remembering how blessed we were to be surrounded by such supportive teachers and friends. And even though it was cut short, remembering what an amazing year we did get to have as the class of 2020. The year that will never be forgotten, but always remembered.
Before I start, I would like to say that the class of 2020 is by far the most good-looking class ever. But time to get serious. To the graduates of 2020, I just want to simply say, this year absolutely sucks. But I'm very proud of you all for finishing school, even with the challenges that were thrown at us. As 2019 came to an end and 2020 rolled around, our senior class was filled with excitement as we received our college acceptance letters, trade school admissions, and military send-off dates, topped with dreams of spring break, class pictures, final sporting events, prom, and above else, graduating. We couldn't wait to do all of these things with our fellow classmates by our sides as we look to the future with high ambitions and exciting goals we couldn't wait to fulfill. Through the years of getting to know most of you, it shows me that there are no limits to human ingenuity or human achievement. I believe that every single one of you is capable of being determined to do anything that you put your mind to. Bernard Harris said that every one of you is an infinite being with infinite possibilities. And some of you might ask what that means. It means that each and every one of you graduates here today was born multi-potential with the ability to do anything that you do in life. It also means that each and every one of you in this room was born multi-talented, meaning that you were born with certain talents and certain skills that are uniquely yours. This year has put us into a very difficult time for us to end our senior year the way it did. But in this world, you have an unlimited amount of possibilities. And to achieve those possibilities, you have to have passion. You have to have a drive to find the meaning of what you want to do in life. And with so much going on right now, and with so much that will happen in the future, just know that hard work and determination will start you on the road to success. I know that you all have expectations that you want to achieve. I know that your family has certain expectations of you that they want you to achieve. But just know it is so very important that those expectations come from you and you alone. Lastly, I think that being with an infinite being with infinite possibilities is that every single one of you that is here for a reason. That there is something out there calling your name, saying that you're supposed to do this. And it is up to you to figure out what this special reason is. And finally, to wrap all of this up, find that dream, that ambition, that drive to achieve what you want. And you will be able to do just that. Achieve what you want in life. I also want to thank everyone for letting me speak at mine and your graduation. Thank you for giving me the opportunities that I was given this senior year that was sadly cut short. Thank you.
For the past 3 years, I sat with the wind ensemble at Commencement, and it was there that I learned the value of a short speech. I'll try to apply that lesson today. Class of 2020, we all know that our senior year was unique. Several months of our most important and exciting year of high school were taken from us. And like we've been told by many of our friends and family, it wasn't fair. It's okay to feel that way, because it's true. Some of us wouldn't call 12th grade our senior year, but our senior 3/4 of a year. But I'd like to challenge that. In many of the most meaningful ways, our senior year was full and strong. We had a full senior year to spend time with our families, something many of us unknowingly neglect and will only become more important as we move forward with our lives. I learned songs on the piano I never had time to before. I know many of you painted, sang, explored forgotten hobbies, or engaged in our favorite pastime, sleeping. Never underestimate the value of a good night's sleep. We had a full senior year to connect with our friends, even if it was sometimes in a different way. And we had a full senior year to reflect on our time at Swartz Creek Community Schools and our charming little town in the center of the Mitten. Ultimately, reflection is what senior year is all about. Reflecting on the sincerity and spirit that has poured into us over the last 13 years from people who have dedicated their lives to caring about us earnestly in a way that we will not see as often anymore. This pandemic has been especially tough on the class of 2020. But I hope you understand that really, the only thing this virus did to our class was show us that we can get through anything. That we are the most resilient group of people the world is about to see. The only thing this virus did was make us better, make us stronger, and make us prouder of our qualities. When we think about the future, we hear a lot about the word success, what it means, how to view it, and how to get there. Let me tell you what I think about success. There's one guiding principle. Future success depends on an inherent dissatisfaction with past success. Let me put it this way. This is one of my favorite quotes. If what you have done yesterday still looks big to you today, you haven't done much today. Yesterday could mean yesterday, or a month ago, a year ago, 5 years, or 10 years ago. Think about it. If what we did 10 years ago still looks big to us today, what have we done for the past 10 years? Now today we're graduating, which is pretty big, so we're doing well. But what are we going to do tomorrow? Never fall into a pattern of complacency with our successes. We should celebrate them, but don't let celebration get in the way of new opportunities. Every new moment is an opportunity that we will never get back. Take it always. Instead of looking at successes as plateaus on which to rest, consider them steps in the stairway we're climbing. We also hear a lot about the importance of welcoming help and encouragement from others in achieving our goals, and that is important. But that message can cloud an equally important concept: self-confidence. You and only you can drive yourself to accomplish your goals. You have to cultivate a fierce motivation within yourself that no one else can for you. Everything in our lives will hinge on those internal passions. You see, to get anything done in this world, you have to apply your self-confidence relentlessly, which can make yourself and others uncomfortable. Just get used to it. People have a remarkably strong tendency to uphold the status quo because it's the easy thing to do. Have you ever wondered why something was still the case when it is so obviously wrong, flawed, or inefficient? It's because it actually takes somebody to break that inertia, and that person hasn't come along yet. That person can be you. Be the willing and enthusiastic disruptor. It's easier said than done, but embrace it, because the world will be better for it. Class, I want to end by expressing what a privilege it was to go to school with each and every one of you. I have said for a long time that the class of 2020 is exceptional. We are uniquely strong, talented, and united. I believe that now more than ever. This year has proven it. So class of 2020, we will take on the world together, even if it must be from a 6-foot distance. Thank you, and congratulations.
Congratulations to the class of 2020. This is a milestone that you will never forget. While graduating from high school is a large accomplishment, there's something that you've been working for here for a very long time. For many of you, you'll be the first graduates in your family. For others, it will be another rite of passage that you pass through in the course of your life that will help you on your way to great and many things. As I thought about what I might say to you today as you celebrate this milestone, I thought it'd be important to offer a perspective on what you've just been through. Never before in the history of the world has a graduating class experienced what you've experienced here in 2020. This will be a year that nobody will forget, and we will be discussing the events of this year for generations to come. While there is reason for worry, despair, and frustration, I encourage you to consider viewing this experience from a slightly different lens. Because you've been through what you've been through this year, you now have an experience that can shape the world for the future. You will be the leaders and champions of our society, and you will have the unique opportunity to be able to look back with wisdom on what has happened. You have the ability to look back with hope as well, as you can now overcome a multitude of challenges, as you've already demonstrated that you have this past spring. Your life is largely going to be shaped by your perspective on these events. There are always reasons, many of which are legitimate, to despair. However, true enlightenment and wisdom start to emerge when we can see the counter perspective and to understand that our attitude will dictate our future success. One of my favorite quotes is by an author, Chuck Swindoll, and it says this: "Words can never adequately convey the incredible impact of our attitudes towards life. The longer I live, the more I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we respond to it." I have seen so many of you who have chosen to view life for its opportunities instead of its challenges. You embody Swindoll's quote, and I hope that you will all accept that challenge and understand that the true power your attitude has on the outcomes in your life. It's been an honor to watch you grow to this point for the past 4 years. I wish you nothing but the best in your future. I am proud of what you have done, and I'm proud of what you will do as you move forward beyond Swartz Creek. Thank you to the class of 2020 for leaving Swartz Creek a better place than when you came. Congratulations.
David Proposek. Taylor Coetzee. Kaylee Smith. Haley Udale. Barbara Warner. Andrew Atherton. Noah Riles. Mackenzie Petty.
Ethan Wilson.
Rachel Krasivic.
Nathan Stroke.
William Johnson. Isabella Mellish. Ben Wilson. Christopher Kubik. Madison Trainer. Blake Hamilton. Jessica Davis. Felicia Beaver. Jacob Heatherton. Madison Jones. Taylor Kayla. Caleb Kaywon. Brian Patterson Jr. Braxton Pfeiffer. Kyle Lovely. Christopher Harrington. Rachel Schofield.
Hunter Staley.
Benjamin Olds. Hunter Staley. Ashley Rustin. Brandon Fraser. Alexis Hotelis. Ryan Platty. Emily Nicholas. Lindsay Huron. Brendan Graves. Matthew Dennings. Yvonne Hull. Riley Anderson.
Noah Barney. Ryan Cook. Gavin Powers. Lily Majestic. Jason Schiestel. Caitlin Miller. Alexandra Cross. Ali Matu Sar. Nathan Wisniewski. Hunter Sandlin. Brandon Beckley. Casey Gross. Abby Smaby. Grant Charles. Emily Hall. Macy Charles. Amanda Fritzler. Gavin Thompson. Madeline Lloyd. Autumn Blue. Grace Owen. Ashley Fitzpatrick. Angelique Pagel. Brooke von Degenhausen. Alexandria Yambrick. Brian York. Ariana Clark. Maria Sobey. Mackenzie Alden. Christina Zerka. Michael Siak. Austin Ledford. Brooke Masters. Andriana Cope. Dylan Clifford. Carson Darby. Courtney Dennison. Austin Van Dendries. Nubia Calix. Adriana Dersha Summers. Logan Sloan. Logan Williard. Paige Thornhill. Reese Biesinger. Madison Popalik. Chloe Forbush. Logan Denton. Tristan Kramer. Katara Williams Keenan. Jermal Goodman. Kylie McAfee. Delaney Hildebrand. Carly Olmeyer. Mackenzie Brown. Lydia Danks. Haley Choate. Sienna Gloucester. Ayana May. Maka Shane Mata. Grant Keno. Garrett Keno. Camden Hiddle. Bradley Swartz. Gage Perez. Devin Zimmer. Tori Newsom. Cameron McMullen. John Weber. Wyatt Smith. Caitlin Carr. Mason Stowell. Jaden Cranbell. Gavin Copeland. Bridget Cotnor. Ashley Williams. Jacob Hecht. Sarah Graziano. Dominique Fatante. Devin Morse. Cecilia Christensen. Thomas Spencer. Cody Rushton. Jay Brown. Emily Lenneberg. Aaron Mackey. Nathaniel Elrod. Paige Cram. Owen Farmer. Christina Adams. Hannah Plum. Abby Irish. Jasmine Sorvila. Alyssa Prince. Bianca Leonard. Jack Kelly. Brendan Wiles. Cheyenne Engler. Quentin Washington. Hunter Garcia. Savannah Woods. Jordan Stroder. Donald Waddell. Kingsley Lee Kukuta. Leah Hayden. Ricky McLeish Gonzalez. Isaiah May. Emily Straub. Madeline Sove. Shayna Rodriguez. Brady Taylor. Dominic Hawley. Kylea Roberts. Layla Caesar. Gage Hoover. Scott McElroy. Gabriel Belleville. Jonathan Trimble. Brianna O'Brien. Emily Biskner. Jay Moore. Kylie Baker. Champagne Jones. Olivia Winnie. Xavier Ulansky. Cheyenne Tusham. Devin Lee. William Booth. Shannon Page. Nicholas Peel. Tegan Wheeler. Tyler Clacko. Samantha Cowan. Tisa Chima. Chase Barrett. Brianna McChristian. Christy Lee Zinn. Zoe Avery Sutter. Janaea Timms. Caden English. Robinson. Ryan Kidd. Isaiah Bolden. Elijah Ayala. Elizabeth Keel. Trevor Candy. Cameron Spawn. Nikita Williams. Cameron Schuyler. Logan Finney. Denarius Gilbert. Seth Huber. Micah Schustack. Emma Lobdell. Suzanne Labdell. Kaylee Peck. Isabella Kaltenhauser. Alec Murray. Angel Langford. Rosella Violet Humphrey. Mulaney Allen. Emily Hubbard. Katura Horn. Blake Turner. Guy Garrison. Ty Garrison. Felicity Hartley. Alejandra in Ahosa. Christine Drew. Zachary Bradley. Logan Laporte. Samantha Wolfen. Emily Wilson. Kaya Nowak. Brittany Weaver. Rachel Beaumont. Robert Regal. Samantha Phelan. Savannah Gallaty. Stephen Galt.
All right, guys, now the most important part here. Mr. Minka, I hereby certify as the principal of Swartz Creek High School that the young men and women before you today have met or exceeded the graduation requirements set forth by the state of Michigan and the Swartz Creek Community Schools Board of Education. I present these students today for consideration of graduation.
Thank you, Mr. Kitchen. At this time, I would like to invite the class of 2020 officers to the graduation bell. In a moment, we will signify the transition from student to graduate by moving your tassel from right to left through the bell ceremony led by your officers. Mr. Kitchen, I receive your recommendation for graduation on the grounds the students before us today have been verified to have fulfilled their duty to meet all applicable requirements for graduation. Therefore, by the power vested in me by the state of Michigan and the Swartz Creek Community Schools Board of Education, I hereby pronounce this 2020 class as graduates of Swartz Creek Community Schools.